Your nose is not just a hole in your face, it is a biological breathing machine, a filter, a humidifier, a nitric oxide factory. And here is what most people miss. Millions bypass it completely every night without realizing it. The mouth was built for emergencies, not for sleep. And when air takes the wrong route, the brain pays the price. Chronic mouth breathing during sleep has been linked to brain fog, higher stress, and measurable drops in next-day cognitive performance. You won't feel the damage happening, but it compounds every night. That's where mouth taping comes in. Not as a treatment, but as a closed door. It doesn't add anything. It just stops the leak. And once the emergency exit is shut, the brain starts receiving a signal it was designed to get. Here's what happens when you breathe through your nose every night, day by day. Let's start the clock. Day 1. On day 1, nothing dramatic has happened yet. Your brain has not suddenly washed itself clean, nor has your sleep rebuilt itself overnight. The first change is simpler than that. The route has changed. Mouth taping does not add oxygen by magic. It just closes the emergency door and pushes the air back through the main gate. The mouth can move air, but it does not prepare it. The nose does. It warms it, humidifies it, filters it, and slows it down before it reaches the lungs. It is the security checkpoint, the temperature control room, and the traffic signal all in one. And inside that route, something important happens. The nose helps produce nitric oxide, while mouth breathing produces almost none. This small molecule opens blood vessels and can improve oxygen absorption by up to 18%. So the brain is receiving air that has been filtered, treated, and delivered with a better signal. That is why the first night may feel strange. The tape feels new. The brain stays alert for a moment. But underneath that, the system has already noticed the shift. The mouth is no longer the default escape route. The main gate is open again, and the deeper breathing rhythm is ready to begin. The brain hasn't changed yet, but the message has. And starting tomorrow, that message begins to compound. Days 3 to 5. Around days 3 to 5, the new route starts feeling less strange and more rhythmic. The body is beginning to understand that the mouth is no longer the open exit. The emergency door is closing for the night, and the main gate is taking over again. Air now has to move through the nose, and that changes the signal reaching the brain. Nasal breathing usually creates a little more resistance than mouth breathing. At first, that sounds like a problem, but this small resistance can slow the breath down, and slower breathing sends a very different message to the nervous system. The control tower starts receiving less noise. The rest and repair system finally gets more room to work. The vagus nerve is part of this calming network, and when the breath becomes quieter, the night becomes less crowded. Nasal breathing has been shown to increase nitric oxide production by up to 6 times compared to mouth breathing, and that increase is what helps blood vessels stay open and oxygen move more efficiently through the body. Mouth breathing sends rushed, dry, messy signals. Nasal breathing sends slower, cleaner ones. This is where some people first notice fewer dry mouth wake-ups, less thirst, or less snoring. Now the change is no longer just about keeping the mouth closed. It starts changing how oxygen is handled. Days 7 to 10. By days 7 to 10, the change starts moving from the airway into the oxygen system itself. Most people think carbon dioxide is just waste, something the body needs to throw out as fast as possible. But CO2 is also a signal. It helps tell red blood cells when to release oxygen into your tissues. Oxygen is the delivery truck, but carbon dioxide is the doorbell that tells it where to unload. If your body panics every time CO2 rises a little, breathing becomes faster, shallower, and less efficient. The oxygen may be in the blood, but the delivery system is rushed and confused. Nasal breathing begins to retrain this. The nose adds natural resistance, so the breath slows. The body learns that a small rise in CO2 is not an emergency. And when rushed breathing signals stop flooding the brain all night, sleep steadies. You may wake with less grogginess, less racing, and a breath that feels less desperate. Even during the day, your body may start choosing the nose more naturally. And this is where some people get it wrong. They say, "So this is just taping your mouth shut?" No, the tape is not the treatment. It is only the closed door. The real change is what happens when air is sent back through the root built to handle it. And once sleep becomes less interrupted, the brain gets closer to the stage where real cleanup happens. Day 14. By day 14, the change is no longer only beginning. Now the body is starting to use the new rhythm more efficiently. The CO2 shift that started earlier may become more noticeable here. The body is no longer treating every small rise in carbon dioxide like an alarm. Breathing can stay slower, oxygen can be released more efficiently, and the brain can receive a steadier supply during sleep and even into the waking day. But this is not just about oxygen anymore. Now the change reaches the deeper structure of sleep itself. Sleep is not one long shutdown. It is a pattern of stages, and deep sleep, also called slow-wave sleep, is one of the brain's main repair windows. This is when the brain gets quieter, the body settles deeper, and the glymphatic system helps wash away waste products that build up during the day. The brain has a night cleaning crew, but that crew needs time. It needs quiet. It needs the alarms to stop going off. If breathing keeps breaking sleep into pieces, the doors never stay open long enough. The cleanup crew keeps getting interrupted. This is where mornings may start to feel cleaner. The head feels less foggy. Focus comes easier. Sleep feels less like something you survived and more like something that finally finished its job. And when that pattern repeats long enough, the brain stops waiting for the alarms. It starts expecting the quiet. But here's what nobody tells you about day 21. The change you notice most isn't in your sleep. It's in your waking hours. Day 21. By day 21, the change may start feeling less like an experiment and more like a pattern the body recognizes. The brain learns through repetition. Night after night, if the mouth stays closed and the nose stays open, the nervous system begins to trust the quieter route. The emergency door is no longer wide open. The main gate is running again. The air is warmer, cleaner, and slower. The control tower gets fewer alarms. The cleaning crew gets more time. This is where some people notice the shift outside of sleep too. The mouth stays closed more naturally during the day. Breathing feels less rushed. The morning feels less heavy. But this does not mean mouth taping fixes everyone's sleep. It is a tool, not a cure. If your nose is blocked, your body needs another way to breathe. Closing the mouth in that moment is not training. It is adding pressure to a system that is already struggling. If you have sleep apnea, heavy snoring, allergies, nasal blockage, a deviated septum, asthma, COPD, reflux, neurological disease, or any condition that affects breathing during sleep, speak to a qualified clinician first. The goal is not to trap your mouth shut. The goal is to restore the breathing route safely, so the airway works with your body instead of fighting it. Mouth taping is not magic. Nasal breathing is the real story. Your brain does not only care that air arrives, it cares how the signal arrives. The mouth is useful for emergencies, but the nose was built for sleep. So if you keep waking up tired, foggy, and unfinished, the answer may start small. Close the emergency door, open the main airway, and let the brain sleep the way it was designed to.